Okay, the last section is talking about conversions. So we're going to refer back to our mole bridge. So again, we're going to convert everything through moles. So our first question says, convert 320 grams of strontium chloride to moles. Now let's write a quick chemical equation. So strontium chloride, we'll write off to the side here, is, so strontium is Sr, and strontium is A plus 2. So that's the formula we're looking at right there. So the first thing you always do is you always start with the number that they give you. So 320 grams. Remember, whatever unit you write here is going to be the unit that you write at the bottom. So if I'm going through my mole bridge, I'm going to go from grams to mole. Grams is going to be on the bottom per 1 mole on the top. So here there are 158.526 grams for 1 mole of strontium. So then I take 320 times 1 and divide it by here, and I get 2.0 moles. Moving over to here, this is going to be, I'm going to do it under this question. It's still a 2-step. So I always start with exactly what the number they gave me, which is, in this case, 2.6 moles. And now it wants me to go to atoms. So I'm going to go from moles, and I'm going to convert to atoms. So for every 1 mole, it's 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms. So whatever unit is on the top goes on the bottom. And then I put in my conversion factor, which in this case is going to be 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms, or formula units. I would take 2.6 times this, and then simply divide by 1, which would give me an answer of 1.6 times 10 to the 24th atoms. All right, last one over here. This is another 1-step conversion factor. It gives me molecules and wants to know moles. So I'm going to work backwards. I'm going to go from atoms. I'm going to go back to moles. So this time, I'm going to start off again with the number they gave me. Oops, excuse me. Now because atoms is on the top, I'm going to put atoms on the bottom, and for every 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, there is 1 mole. So I just take 3.4 times 10 to the 23rd times 1, and then simply divide by the number on the bottom, which will give me an answer of 0.56 moles. Those examples of 1-step. Now we're going to do 2-step equations. So we have 3 liters, and we want to go to molecules. So if I'm looking at my mole bridge, I'm starting off here at this unit, which is L for liters, and I have to get to atoms. So in order to do that, I've got to convert from liters to moles, and then from moles to atoms. So as always, start off with the number that they gave you, which is 3 liters. And for every 22.4 liters, there is 1 mole. That's the first step. So I've gone from liters to moles. Now I gotta go from moles to atoms. So for every 1 mole of a substance, there is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules. So you're going to take 3 times 1 times 6.02 to the 23rd, and then divide it by 22.4 times 1, which will give you a total of 8.06 times 10 to the 23rd. All right, moving on here, we have another 3-step. We're going to convert from grams to molecules. So we're going to go from G to moles to atoms. So we're off with 2.6 grams. Now we're talking about hydrogen gas. Now this is a tricky one, O2. So I look at my periodic table and I say, well, oxygen is 15.999, which is true, but the chemical equation for oxygen gas is O2. So I've got to multiply this number by 2. So that's 31.998 grams for 1 mole. And for every 1 mole of the substance, it is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd. Again, multiply, 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 and then simply divide by that. Gives us 4.9 times 10 to the 22nd molecules. All right, last question down here. We're going to again convert from liters. Now we're going to grams. We're going to go a little bit differently here. We're going to start off at the L. We're going to go 2 moles and then end up at the G, which is grams. So always, always, always start off with the number they gave you, 5.96 liters. And for every 22.4 liters, whatever unit is here goes in the bottom, is 1 mole. And again, for every 1 mole, now we have to figure out CO2, how much does that weigh? So I go to my periodic table and I figure out, well, carbon is that much, and 2 of oxygens would weigh that. Oops, excuse me, which would give you 44.009 grams. Type it in my calculator, 5.96 times 1 times 44 divided by 22.4 would give me 11.7 grams.